This video will demonstrate how to receive a payment in Marina Focus. This particular demonstration is only valid for clubs that are not integrated into micropower. So what we can do is when we receive a payment from a customer, again there are a couple of ways to do this, and I'll show you both ways. What you may do is just want to be paying off a single invoice. So we can go to the invoice list. In here, again, we can search for the particular invoice number. If the customer's given you an invoice number, you can search for the customer in this screen just by using the search option. Once you've found the invoice that you want to pay off, you simply just double click on it. Got the option down below to say mark as paid. It will then open up as payment screen. Now this particular customer has more than one open invoice, but I just want to pay this particular one here. So that is the one that's ticked. I then click mark as paid. I can then say the date that it's paid, how, type of payment type, we'll say cash, okay, and then we click OK. As you can see, that has now been removed from my list. I close that and the invoice is then recreated, but it now tells us that it's paid on this particular date. Another way to make a payment is by going into invoicing, and I can do make payment for customer, or I can do debtors make payment. Now what this does is gives me a list of all customers that have an outstanding payment. So in here again I can either sort by a particular customer, I can sort by invoice number. Again, number of different ways to do this. But as we can see here, Aldridge has 3 or 4 available, so I'm going to tick all of those ones there. And I'm going to mark paid for all of those. There's the total amount. I want to confirm that that's the amount. Again, I just go through the process of how they've actually paid for those. Again, they have all now gone because they've been paid off. Another way is simply going into invoicing, make payment for customer, and again in here I just find the customer that I'm making a payment for. I open them up and it gives me a list of all the payments or all the invoices that they have outstanding. Same situation, I can tick them all, I can untick them, I can tick just a couple that I want to pay off, mark as paid. Again, simply selecting which ones you would like to pay off. One final way that you can do it again is by just going directly to the berth, double clicking, clicking on fees, go to invoicing, and again the system will give you the outstanding amounts for those customers there with the invoice number. They may say I'm paying off this particular invoice number. Again, you can double click on it, or when in here we can just click on the money, and again it brings up a list of all outstanding invoices for this customer, but because I had one highlighted, it's saying it's going to pay that one off. Again, mark as paid, the particular payment type, click OK, close, and then save. You can see that now that is not outstanding anymore. There may be a third situation that you have where the customer is paying you before the invoice has been raised, or you have, so we want to just do what we call payment on account. This way you can come in and you can do make payment for customer. Again, I just find the customer, they do have an outstanding invoice. Okay, we want to just do what we call on account. So we click on account, they're giving me some cash, the total amount, so they're just going to give me $500. Click OK. So what that's done is now just giving me an outstanding amount of $500, which is on account, and then that particular invoice. What I can then do is I can then reconcile those two particular items. I can say mark as paid. Oops, not that, sorry. I want to part pay it, so I'm saying I'm going to use that $500 and I'm going to put $500 of that particular account there, so my total becomes 0. Click OK. Because I'm just doing a reconciliation, it's just doing it at 0 amount, and I'm just going to use payment type any because of that. And as you can see, it's now just left me with the outstanding balance for that particular invoice. Thank you for watching this video.